Today, we're going to make homemade refrigerator pickles for the very first time. Mike requested sweet dill pickle spears, and I'm making garlic dill chips for myself. Let's see how they turn out. Hey y'all, it's Rebecca with Garden Grace, and today we are going to be doing some canning. Now, I'm not going to be doing pressure canning, so if you start thinking, oh my gosh, I don't have a pressure canner, hang in there, because we're not going to do that today. So some of these, of course, I just harvested some this morning, and then I got others yesterday at the farmer's market because I knew I didn't have enough cucumbers to do what I want to do today. And so what I love is to be able to utilize the harvest that I am getting with my cucumbers, and because you can just eat fresh cucumbers just so much. And I've got a whole lot right now. So I want you to come along with me. And let's create a couple of pint jars of the sweet dill pickles and a couple of pint jars of dill pickles. How I do them a little differently. And then, we're going to see which one we really like. Mike wants the spears. I want the chips. Isn't this great? You can do whatever suits you and your family. It doesn't have to be exactly like somebody else. All right, let's get these washed up. First, I'm going to give the cucumbers a really good wash. Then I trim just a little off the blossom end, which is going to help the pickles stay crisp. After that, they're going to go into an ice bath while I prepare everything else. So just like I said, Mike had one special request. He wanted sweet dill pickle spears, and I prefer the pickle chips. So today, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go ahead and cut them up first before I put them in the ice bath. Okay, it's been a couple of hours, and the chilled water bath for the cucumbers, they're done. And I've washed, and that's in hot water for those jars. Now, I don't have to worry about sterilizing those jars because they're not going on the shelf. They're going right into the refrigerator. So that's one thing that's done. Now it's time for us to make the two different brines. All right, so both of the brines are exactly the same, except the sweet dill is going to have some sugar in it, so that otherwise everything, all the measurements are exactly the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one for the sweet, one for the dill. Only heat the brine until everything's dissolved, and then that's it. The amount that I'm doing, so that was 2 cups of vinegar. It's going to be 2 cups of water and 2 tablespoons of pickling salt. And this is a 5% acidity vinegar. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of pickling salt. Yes. And again, y'all, this one is for, I guess you would call the savory dill pickles, not the sweet. And then we're going to do, and again, I'm looking at my recipe because I've never done this before. So we're going to do 2 cups of vinegar, and 2 cups of water. And this calls for 3/4 cup of sugar. And I use the organic cane sugar, and that's going to work just fine if you were wondering why this wasn't white. Okay, 3/4 cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of pickling salt. All right, now we're going to heat these, bring it just to a boil. I'm going to be stirring them both just until everything dissolves. and then I'm going to remove it from the heat. For my garlic dill chips, each jar gets a clove of fresh garlic, one beautiful dill flower from the garden. I tightly packed in the cucumber slices, and then I poured warm brine over the top. Of course, it's important to add in that Mrs. Wage's Extra Crunch, wipe the rim off, and then label it, and those are ready to go into the refrigerator. Now it's Mike's turn. His jars get the garlic, fresh dill flowers, and the cucumber spears before they're covered with the sweet dill brine. And I have a feeling these are going to become his favorite. All right, now I'm going to be putting them into the refrigerator, and it could be anywhere from 48 to, 72 hours. I think I'm going to give this 2 to 3 days before I test them. And isn't that always the hardest part, having to wait? You know, I wasn't sure all the steps, if I was doing it right, if I could be doing it differently, maybe better, because it is my first time. And so let me know down below, what did you see that you could give me some help, some helpful tips for the next time I do this? All right, we'll be back. It's actually been 3 days since I did the refrigerator pickles, and today is the moment of truth. We're going to open them and see which one. I'll let you know which one I like better. I think I already know how much Mike's going to like his sweet. Dill pickles are just so for him, but I do know that the sweet is what's going to be his favorite. All right, so I'm going to try it first. Hear that crunch? This is so good, y'all. It's cold, it's crisp, firm, and it has a wonderful garlic dill taste to it. So this is definitely the savory one that I knew I would like. And now let's try the sweet dill. I have no idea what to expect. The difference is that stronger garlic dill flavor is replaced with a more sweeter dill flavor. So I'm going to go see what he thinks, and I'll let you know. Okay. Yes, he took a bite of the dill, and yeah, he liked it okay. He took a bite of the sweet dill, and he really liked it. So this is a win. Oh, I'm just so excited about this, y'all. I hope that you could feel the excitement and the ease that went into making these. And if you've thought about wanting to do some, taking your cucumbers and creating some pickles, but you didn't want to do the canning part, this was so easy. I hope I've been able to convey that to you through this video. Be sure and follow along, because I'm going to be doing the water bath canning just to experience it. I got that electric canner. I want to try it to see the difference of creating refrigerator pickles, creating pickles to go on the shelf for later. Thank you so much for being here with me. And if you're not part of the Garden Grace family, I would be honored for you to subscribe and walk along with me as I share the real life gardening aspects that I encounter, whether it's in the garden or taking the harvest and creating something in the kitchen. Thank you again, and I will see you next time out there in Garden Grace. And remember, grow with grace.